And now, it's time for the man with the plan. More jerseys in his closet than any other fan. Definitely cleans up better than this man. A giant on the dance floor at 4'6", a gentleman, a scholar, and to add to the mix, an interviewer. Just another one of his tricks. Live on the gram from his basement in New Jersey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Talking Dance with Matty Googs.
Here comes Matty Googs. We're talking dance. That's that New Jersey. We too advanced. 365 days. I don't let time go to waste. I am a monster, but I still got straight A's. We're talking dance. We're talking dance.
Hi, welcome to the 30th episode of Talking Dance with Matty Googs. We are live on Monster's 365 YouTube and Facebook pages. Today, we have someone who has performed with Janet Jackson, Beyonce, to name a few. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Amari Marshall.
Ooh.
Hi.
Hey, Matty. Yo, what an intro. I was over here like, okay.
Thank you.
Go. I was so happy to be here.
Yeah. So how's LA right now?
Oh my God. You know, we're the last in line to really open up. So we're slowly getting out. LA's cool. It's starting to get hot. I'm not ready. So as you can see, I'm staying inside. How's New Jersey? Is it still cold? Is it snowing? What's going on?
Not really. The weather's actually been pretty nice.
Are you serious? Lucky?
It's been around like 70s, 80s. And then at night it gets much colder. So
Gotcha. Yeah, it's the same over here. A little warm in the daytime, and then it gets really, really cold at night.
Yeah.
So, oh my goodness, what's going on? I'm so excited. Let's get it.
All right. So are you ready to get started?
I am. Let's go.
All right. So you grew up on the First Coast in Jacksonville, Florida. And we all know dancers love to rep their hometowns. For example, Eddie Morales with Brooklyn, Rhapsody James with the Bronx, and Comfort with Dallas. Do you feel people can tell where you are from by the way you dance?
I think now so just because I do a little bit more Afro and dancehall with my choreography. So they'll assume that I'm like from the Caribbean islands, or if I'm from Africa as well. So in the beginning, when I was doing mainly hip hop and I had a lot more crump elements in my choreography, everybody could tell that I'm definitely from the South because, majority of all Southern dancers were so full out and like always going fast, always going crazy. So definitely in the beginning, I know everybody was like, you're from Florida for sure.
Yeah. All right. So who was that dancer when you got to LA that made you say, wow, these dancers in LA are different level and I need to step up my game to survive here?
Oh my gosh, that's actually a really hard one, Matty, because I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. So even though we have a crazy amount of talent, LA was just way more advanced than I ever expected or knew. Dang, I would definitely say, crap, this is hard. My first time seeing Johnny Erasme, he's from Florida. When I took his classes, I would say I was blown away by him immediately because I saw the Florida swag, but it was like he had this extra LA swag on top of it that I didn't understand. And it was crazy to see everybody catch it so well. And, Yeah, I would definitely say he set the tone for me, because I was like, whoa, he's full out, but it's still smooth and groovy. And I don't know how to do that just yet. So it was he blew me away.
Yeah, I feel you. So, you and your sister had a life-changing moment dancing next to Beyonce at Coachella. She is known to be a perfectionist. So, how many hours and days did you need to rehearse for the show?
Oh my goodness, Maddie. When I tell you that process, it will go down in history as one of the most hardest projects ever. I had came in a little late into the situation, so I practiced with them almost 2 months straight every day. We barely had any off days for, I would say, a minimum closer to the actual week of the show. We were doing 15-hour days. It was crazy. Yeah, it really felt like we were in a college lock-in. We just saw each other all day, every single day, for sure.
Wow, that's crazy.
hmm
Do you think the Monster Show helped you with that experience?
Oh, by far, absolutely. I really, really, really appreciate and so grateful to have had that opportunity, because one, it taught me how to know who I am in a large group of people. With the Monster cast, it's not just 5 people, it's 14 to 17 people that are all incredible and at a high level. So it taught me how to believe in myself, to not crumble under pressure. The wear and tear on the body, at that time, everybody wasn't wearing, Jordans, all these cool, comfortable shoes. I was really broke back then. So I had the little Vans, flat shoes. So my feet were killing me on this concrete floor, and the show itself was very intense at a high level for a long time. So it definitely prepped me on how to have stamina and just to have fun too in, hard situations where you can easily just be like, I'm done, bye.
Yeah. So especially a lot of people in my cast were getting hurt, and a couple of injuries actually happened. So
I remember.
How long after your show did you have to stretch in ice?
Oh my goodness. If I can be honest, Maddie, I didn't stretch in ice. I was just broken every day. If I could go back, I would ice so much. Now I'm taking baths with Epsom salt and stuff like that. I wasn't doing it back then because I knew I was young, I was invincible, and now I'm paying for the price. So if you're listening, don't be like me. Stretch, take care of your body early on, please.
So if Beyonce asked you and your sister to be on her New World Tour, is that something you need to think about, or are you accepting that on the spot?
Oh my goodness. Okay, it's 60-40, absolutely on spot, yes. Then the other 40% would be like, that's a really big commitment, just because for me, I want to choreograph. That's more of my angle. I love dancing. I love doing, pop-up performances and stuff like that. But my angle is definitely wanting to be a choreographer. So to commit to someone for 2 years, doing the same show every single day, for me, where I am, I would think about it just a little bit, probably pray, talk to God, but more than likely it's going to be a yes for sure.
Okay. In dance, because you audition for the same job as your friends, it takes time to find a circle of people that support you and are not jealous. How long did it take you to find this in your life?
That's a journey, people come and go. Everybody's meant for a season. Before I even moved to LA, I had already found my tribe of, of women who are my sisters. We've been besties since, I would say now, almost 17 years. And I've been in LA for 70 years now. So for 10 years, I already had a group of people who was mine and I was theirs, So once I came out here, it took, I would say, over a course of maybe 4 years, I found like my tribe here in LA. But I think, people change, people move on. The older we get now too, I'm almost going on 30. Some of us are about to be 30. Everybody's wants and needs change. So you'll start to find sometimes you're not as close to the people you once were years ago. So that's a journey. That's a process.
Mm-hmm. So what was the age when you were living in Florida younger where you were like, oh gosh, I really want to go to California. I really want to do this as a career and all of that?
I was 15, 16, when I knew LA was where I needed to be. I actually came out here. I can't remember if it was before I got nominated or after I got nominated. I came out here and it was just like, I was with my mom and we were supposed to be here for a week or two. And I made it into this choreographer show called Flex. And he always had a big old birthday bash in LA and it was called Flex Extravaganza. And he saw me dance somewhere and he was like, come to the audition. I went and I made it into the show, but I was supposed to leave the next day to go back home. And he was like, if you can stay, please stay and be a part of the show. I talked to my mom and we ended up staying another 2 weeks to do the show. And that was so incredible. And once I came back, I just knew LA was where I had to be for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have you tried to educate or teach dancers any differently after the Black Lives Matter movement?
Absolutely. That was a really important moment for, I think, everybody in the world. So you just make sure, especially as a Black creator, someone that does live, breathe, eat, sleep hip hop, and as a teacher, you want to make sure it was a moment of reflection, even for me, to make sure that I'm teaching the right way, I'm sharing the right information, just doing a better job at educating everyone that decides to, want to learn about hip hop, want to learn about dancehall, want to learn about Afro, all these styles that come from, Black people. It made me make sure that I was teaching the right way or doing a better job, really filling in those holes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you gave a passionate speech at Monsters this year about the effort it takes to make the cast and how you should never miss an opportunity to show your skills, like in the freestyle battle. What are you looking for when you are in the room over the summer, hoping to pick someone to join the cast and now be part of your family?
What am I looking for? Passion. What is your story as well? Like to be in the Monster show is really, really such a big deal. Not only do you have to have the talent, but really we need to see your heart, your mind, your mouth, like what are all these different things? So I'm looking for the passion, who they are as a person, because obviously they're super, super talented. That's why they are in this position. But, you want to find the ones after the show. Are they going to stop or are they going to continue forward? So Monster show is a stepping stone into it. So I'm always looking at the inside, like to see, like, will they really take really take in all of this information and be able to trust them to continue on this legacy after the show is done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Excuse me. I love that choreographers at Monsters bring in so many different types of music to dance to, not just the stuff you hear on the radio. On the No Sleep Tour, Luan brought in music from South Africa, and you taught to Corny from Rima, who is a singer from Nigeria. I think Jean has a clip, and you might see someone in
Oh my God.
in the front left.
Oh, let's see it. This is precious. Oh my God. Oh my God, look at you. Oh my God, you were in this class? Hey. Good. Ah. That's cute. You're just killing it. Hey. Hey. Let's go. Yes.
That class was so much fun.
Oh my God. So how was it for you? I have a question. How was it for you being in the room with the energy, with all the big people? Was that overwhelming for you, or you felt right at home?
Especially with some of the people in the older cast, like Josh and all of them. It was like a big level up, and like the energy around me was so much different because I had people in there trying to like kill, and like they starved to be nominated for that, and I'm like, oh shoot, like I gotta step my game up here. And I'm
absolutely.
It's kind of like what I told you, what you mentioned about LA and how I feel about that. So it was really big, crazy, like level up, I would say.
Absolute. No, you did your thing. I see you. You said I'm right here. Nobody's getting in my way. Yes.
Okay. So when I was in the Monster Show, Rebirth, they asked Robert Green to direct with Mel Charlot, which was incredible. So if Andy and Becky asked you to direct the next show, but you had to pick a co-director, who was the first person you would ask?
Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. That is so hard. Why are you gonna put me on the spot like that? And I'm getting all nervous. I'm like, oh my God, are they about to ask me? No, dang. That is so hard because honestly, I would do it with Luther Brown, but he's already about to do the show. I just feel like he's just man, Luther, I love the way that his brain works. And I would die. I would die. Like it would be a lot, but it would be awesome. Or Calvin. Calvin would be crazy. Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah. I love both of them especially.
Yeah, Calvin would be crazy. Or even Laura. Just love her.
All the choreographers.
All the choreographers. It's like it's getting whoever's the most full out, because I'm full out. So whoever can top my full out, we need to be together.
Howard is, I know especially, is very full out in his classes.
Oh my goodness. He's from Florida too. Well, he's from the Caribbean islands, but he
Miami. He's from Miami.
Yes. So he is just that's a whole different energy right there.
So you booked the Nike campaign a couple of years ago, which is so cool. So before we talk about your experience, I am dying to know, did they let you get sneakers for free or anything?
So yes, I definitely still get sneakers for free. Not all the time, but they'll randomly be like, hey, you want a little? And I'm like, absolutely.
I'll be like, I need to get that job.
Honey, I have so many shoes now. I'm not even a shoe person. It's so crazy. Yes, it's so, everybody when I told them I did the campaign with Nike and still do some things with them. They were like, the one person that buys shoes every 3 years now has this. It was the most random thing ever.
Yeah, that would probably say that to me too.
Oh no, you sound like you got a lot of shoes.
I barely buy shoes, but I do love them.
Oh, okay.
I just stick to like, my mom will like buy me like Adidas. I'm like, okay, I'll just wear them.
Now tell her we need the check mark.
I know, I love Nike's my favorite brand.
Oh, tell her we need the swoosh only.
Yeah, the request for Nike shoes, please.
Heard you.
Okay. So when you booked Nike, you said, "I pray this inspires my peers to dream bigger."
Mm-hmm.
Were you thinking about anyone in particular that may have not been getting a fair shot?
A lot of people, definitely, the community I represent, mostly, dark Black skin, thicker women, plus size dancers that, we're still fighting to this day we're having, it's all about being inclusive. So I would not lie and say that over the past 3 years, there's been a lot more opportunities for dancers like me. But there's still a big disconnect. We still have so much more to go, So at that moment, I was just thinking of every young girl like me that would never in a million years think that they actually want me to come and be me. It's really different when they bring you in to be someone else or to compliment somebody else. It was like, no, Amari, we want you to be 100% yourself. But I'm a little crazy. I'm from Florida. We want all of it. But you sure? I'm not a size 12. I'm a size 15. We want it all. So that was just, I pray that a lot of people, everyone could experience a situation like that in their dance career for sure.
Mm-hmm, totally.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different paths. Sorry.
You're good.
As a dancer, but some people want to tell you their way is the right way. Is there a stage in your career where you blocked out the noise and trusted your gut?
Oh, yes. I would say it was in my early teaching career out here in LA I started my first class at Debbie Reynolds was 2014. I think it was March 4th or something. And so at that time, me and another young guy named Devin Solomon, he's like an incredible choreographer. We were the youngest. It was me, and then he came shortly after. We were the youngest teachers to ever be a part of the Debbie Reynolds faculty at that period. And a lot of people only knew me. I had already kind of gained notoriety. Oh God, I can't talk. From being Free Boogie's assistant, and he had classes at Debbie Reynolds, and I assisted him and did a lot of projects with him, and still was doing things with other people. But at that time, I didn't have a full resume or anything like that. So we were the first ones to kind of start that wave of studios bringing in new generation teachers that didn't have a resume. They had pure talent, So there was, that's a love-hate relationship. So there was a lot of people against me. And then my style was totally not the norm. Everybody was very much jazz funk or street jazz, the R&B type of hip hop. And mine was very rowdy, in your face. You're about to work today. I'm screaming at you, and I can do it too. So a lot of people weren't necessarily for that at the time and didn't really trust me to really know how to teach them because I hadn't done anything. So during that moment, I really had to dig deep and really stay focused and know that this was my path and I'm doing the right thing. And I don't know why I'm here, but I'm supposed to be here. So yeah, that happened a lot during that period.
Mm-hmm. So you danced and assisted on the choreo for Janet Jackson's video, Made for Now. With the location being in the streets of New York City, it felt like a block party. How crazy was the set with so many great dancers in so many styles?
It was so cool. Like, well, first, the whole situation was crazy to begin with. We had been, I had already worked with Janet, and they had actually, so I didn't just assist, I actually helped choreograph the choreography. So it was me and Danielle Polanco, we did it together. And even how it came to be, I wasn't thinking I was going to choreograph. I thought I was just there to work with Janet, help her. They were like, oh, Janet just wants you to come, give her some grooves or stuff. And I was like, okay, cool, bet. I hadn't heard the music. They called me on Wednesday and I flew out on Friday, and we filmed starting on Saturday. So it wasn't until I got there, Danielle Polanco calls me and was like, hey, so have you heard the song? We have rehearsal from da-da-da to da-da-da. Are you ready with choreography? And I'm like, wait, what's going on? And then I get into the space, and it was literally every single dancer choreographer that I love from New York. So I'm like, what is going on? What's happening? And Gil comes in. He was like, do you like the choreo? Do y'all have 5 different versions? I'm like, what is happening? That whole situation was so crazy from head to toe because I didn't know what to expect. So to be in that atmosphere with all of them, it was a dream come true for sure.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So how important is it for you to connect emotionally to a piece? Or can you just put choreo to just about any song?
Well, I was just talking about this with someone else. I can put choreo to any song for sure, you know, especially if I'm getting paid to do it. I will create some choreo. No matter what, I will make some. I try to make sure it's something that hits, you know, I can dance a little bit too, but I can always do it. But I would definitely prefer to choreograph something where my whole entire body is in it, because I'm usually blown away by the choreography afterwards. I'm like, whoa, where did I go? Oh, wow. You know, and so, but if I need to have something choreographed in a little 1, 2, 3 seconds, then it's gonna be fire. It will be fire.
And I could tell for Monsters because all of your choreo was fire, especially
that was so much fun.
I've seen like especially clips on Instagram. I'm like, yo, this Amari's choreo?
Honey.
Amari can do that? I'm like, yo.
I'm trying to get crazier. All y'all young people coming in and showing us out. So I'm like, dang, Amari, you gotta step up your game.
I'm like, I gotta take one of those classes.
Honey, please come to the class. I
will next time for sure. You'll see me in the same spot right there.
Yes. Love it. Hey. And bring the hat too. Bring the hat.
All right, for sure. So I think so many dancers have faith in God because they hear so many no's in the industry, and they need to believe there was a higher point telling them to stay on course and keep pushing. Were you religious growing up? And how has your family played a role in helping you throughout your career?
Oh, that's such a sweet question. I love that. My family was so instrumental in my whole entire life, dance career included. I come from a family of 6, and all of us are plugged into the entertainment industry. So it was very much, when I told them, you know, I wanted to be a dancer, my brother had already started his dance career. So they were way more open to it. There was still just that question of, are you going to go to school though? And I didn't want to go to school. I tried it for one semester. I got nominated for Monsters. And then I told them, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm good. And they were like, well, you got to make it into the Monster show to not go to school. And so that's where, you know, God and my faith, I'm definitely, like my family is definitely Christian based. Would I say I'm super religious? No, but I would say I definitely, it's all about relationship with God with me. So my relationship and my faith is just through the roof just because of what I've came from and what I've gone through. So, you know, imagine telling, because I graduated high school early, a 17-year-old girl that doesn't really have money like that. If you want to not go to college, you need to do Monsters. Imagine thinking like, okay, so how in the world at 17 with no job, I'm going to be able to get money to go to Monsters everywhere. And somehow it happened. So that I know that was all God. And like my family has always been supportive of me through everything I've done. So I literally love them so much. They're the best.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So those were all my questions. I wanted to thank you for coming on my show.
Oh my God, you're so adorable.
Thank you. And thank you to Jean, Andy, and Becky for letting me use your platform. And hopefully I could see you in a Monster City and assist you. So which A-list are you going to?
I don't know. I don't know which one I'm coming back because, you know, I just did a whole bunch. So hopefully we have like one or two. I miss everybody. So we'll stay tuned for that.
Going to Chicago, New Jersey, and I'm definitely going to LA for the summer.
Hey, okay. Well, let's keep fingers crossed that I'll be at one of those.
Hopefully.
Yes. Thank you so much, Matty. You are just so intelligent. I'm so proud of you for having this. This is so awesome. I hope I didn't talk your ear off.
Now I feel like during my show I should have plugged in a clip of like the first part of the Monster show showing your choreo.
Yo, you killed it.
That part was
crazy.
That part was so fire. And especially when I forget his name, but the
DK?
Came in at the end and it was like,
yes.
No, bro. I was like so hyped off of that, and I was like, I saw you like in the seats, like,
I was going crazy because, you know, for me that was really big because I had a show. I always had a piece in the show, but when they asked me to start the show, I was like, oh, I gotta go crazy. Yo, those rehearsals, I was letting you guys have it for sure.
Yeah.
But y'all killed it.
Well, thank you so much.
No problem.
It was a pleasure. See you soon, though, hopefully.
Yes. Tell your dad I said bye. Thank you, guys.
I will.
Everybody watching, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Monsters. Thank you, everybody. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.
Oh, this was so cute.